Hi everybody, today we're going to walk through programming your 9510 commercial softener valve. These valves can be programmed either as filters or softeners. This one's programmed as a softener, so we're going to walk through how you can set this up for the programming. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you walk up, you see it says meter delayed and it's capacity remaining with the bars going across the top. So right now it's in service mode. So the first thing we're going to want to do is push this menu button down and hold it for 3 seconds until you hear a beep if the screen's locked. Okay, once you hear the beep, you can hit the menu button again, the screen will pop up. So now it shows us time, region, and language, hardness and people, holiday mode, advanced settings, and system information. So you can get to these by scrolling with your up-down arrow keys. First one will highlight the box around the time icon. Push that set regen button. Now if you want to change the hour, you'll push it again, scroll it up and down. This little box here needs to be flashing in order for you to change it. Once you get it to the time you want, hit it again, it goes solid, scroll over to the next. Now you're at the minutes. Hit this up and down to your minutes. Once you've got your desired spot, hit the reset again. Over to AM, you can change it to AM to PM. Got it. Down here to the month, date, and then the year. Once you get to the point where you want that, go ahead and hit the menu button once. It'll take you back to this screen. Okay, now we're going to go to region and language. And there again, the region, we want US gallons, which we have, or you can change it to metric if you want. Hit the menu button, it takes you back out. Hardness and people. So this is where you set your water hardness for your grains per gallon, whatever you've tested at, or if you've done testing yourself. So anyway, what we're going to do here is we'll get that highlighted, 30. So right now we're at 20 grains per gallon. Come over. If you want to change it up and down, you can to 1 or 2, but we're going to leave this set at 20. And then hit the menu button, it comes back down. Number of people. So depending on, this is kind of an override. So your softener is going to hit the gallons that it's able to clean your water, soften your water. And then what it's going to do is there's going to be the number of people here, there's going to be a reserve capacity, so it won't backwash till later in the day. So for the commercial systems, there it depends if you're in a hotel or what your settings are, but you can set this for like 10 people at 100 gallons is going to give you 1,000 extra gallons. So you can set it at 20 to make sure. Just, you don't want this system to regenerate in the middle of the day and possibly interrupt somebody's shower or a car wash or whatever. Once you set that to that, go ahead and hit the menu button again. Hit the menu button one more time, it brings you out. Holiday mode, this is where you can set the system up to start and stop over a period of time if you're on vacation or whatnot. We don't recommend using this. You should have your system backwash at the default capacity, how we have them set up here. So if you want to set that up, we recommend you call into one of our service folks and have them help walk you through there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the advanced settings. We're going to hit that regen button, and you're going to have 2 choices. You can manual or automatic, and we're going to do the automatic for the softener. We're going to hold that set button down. And that's going to put you into your time here. So the regeneration mode, like I mentioned, we've already set this at meter delayed. It'd be a calendar clock that was set up for a filter. Intermediate would be if you wanted this thing to re-soften the water, you wanted it to go into regeneration right away when it hits its capacity. Or you can go into a meter override here, which will actually allow you to, it'll be delayed, but it'll also override it and run every 30 days. So depending on your setup, you can do that. The regeneration time, we scroll over again. It's going to depend on what time you want. If you want it at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., we normally set them at 2 a.m. here at the shop. So we hit that. Regeneration days. Okay, so this is the override days if you have it set to the system override. So we'll set this for 30 days. That's what we usually set the softeners to. It won't matter what this is set to if you're in meter, we're just meter delayed. you don't have the capacity overrides. So back to that. Okay, data entry. This is where you set up your softener information because we're in automatically calculate. So the resin volume. So this is going to be the cubic foot size of your system. So we're going to scroll over here. This is going to be a 7 cubic foot. Okay, so the 7 cubic foot system. Set that. Hit the menu. Salt amount. Okay, this is going to be set at 9 pounds per cubic foot. So you're going to have 9 pounds of salt, 3 gallons of water per cubic foot. So if it's a 7 cubic foot, you know you're going to multiply that times 7, but that's all going to automatically calculate that for you. Okay, refill flow rate. Again, we've set this for you, but this is going to be what your brine line flow control is. It's going to show how much water is going out. This is going to set the time the brine refill will be set at to automatically calculate what you need. Okay, unit capacity. So this particular unit we've got set up for 2,100,000 grains. So it's a 210,000 grains basically of hardness that this system will now remove at 20 grains per gallon. And then here is the reserve capacity. So there again, I'm going to set the reserve capacity at 100. So remember we had it at 10 people. That gives us 1,000 gallons of reserve capacity before the unit actually goes back in. And again, that's going to depend on your use. You know, some people want this to regen automatically. They have 2 systems. So depending on what your system setup is, that's how that would work. Okay, so now we'll go over here to the regeneration cycle. So the backwash is 15 minutes. The brine, that's the brine draw. What we want to do is set that at 60 minutes. The rapid rinse is 10 minutes. And then you notice here the refill says 22.1 minutes. That's automatically calculated based on the size of the system and the hardness that's programmed. So that's going to change depending on the size of your system, and if your hardness is 15 or if it's 14, it's going to refill that a little different and use a little more or a little less. So you can refine it that way as well. But basically, the parameters we've set in here, it automatically calculates this for you. Okay, so we'll hit the menu button again. It'll pop back out. I did want to notice here, this is a restore defaults icon. You can just go to that and it'll reset everything back up to the way it came from the factory if you wanted to restart the programming. And then we'll just keep pushing the menu button until we come back. You can see it's on meter override, so that means when it hits its 21,000 gallons or 210,000 gallons of grain removal that night at 2 a.m. it'll regenerate. And then also every 30 days if you don't meet that water need, just to keep your resin media fresh. So that wraps up the 9510 softener programming video today. Hope this helps, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team. We'd be glad to help you. Have a good day.